The nature of near-death experiences varies from case to case, but some features have appeared in multiple reports. Feelings of peacefulness or serenity are typical in NDE accounts. They may also include vivid imagery, such as bright light, movement through a tunnel, or visions of events from one's past, also called a life review. Today's story is about a man named Raymond Melton. Mr. Melton was a man whose heart had stopped beating and who showed no signs of brain activity was subsequently revived. Later, he recalled having encountered a compassionate being during the episode who gave him a feeling of warmth. I thank Mr. Melton for sharing his story. Get comfortable, relax and enjoy his story. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel as it helps the channel grow and all your support is appreciated. Now let's get to it.
In 2001, I was wheeled into the emergency department at North Ottawa Hospital in Michigan with nausea and profuse sweating. Moments later, I went into cardiac arrest. My heart stopped pumping blood and dispatching oxygen to vital organs. Within seconds, my brain flatlined. Electronic monitors recorded no sign that I was able to process feeling, generate thought, or participate in the world. My brain cells were not functioning. I was all of a sudden standing in a large room with people coming and going. It was a large room and fully white with arched windows. With so much peace and loving feelings I had never felt or experienced before in my entire life on Earth. I didn't know I was clinically dead, and that time paramedics and doctors were working to save my life. I didn't know that my brother had spent minutes panicking, praying and trying to give him CPR until paramedics arrived. Instead, I calmly watched as people in white robes, people were angels, walked by and smiled at me through the room's windows. As I recall it, shortly after I arrived in the room, a bushy tree more than 7 feet tall appeared and told me that he had suffered a heart attack. At first, I was afraid to tell people that part, for fear I would be called crazy. But I knew God created all living things as I had been taught, and it was written. I knew I was to tell the story as it should be. I honestly believe they were angels, and they were with me to make sure I was not alone and that I was okay, and I feel like the tree was God, not showing himself in his true form because it wasn't my time, just letting me know everything is okay, he said. It was so peaceful. I suffered from sudden cardiac arrest, when a person's heart unexpectedly stops beating, and survived with the help of emergency medical professionals who came after my brother, Jim, who called 911. Once I had arrived at the hospital, doctors were not optimistic. They told my brother and my 2 boys that had arrived that I likely wouldn't make it. That's when the family decided to pray. They surrounded me in my hospital bed, with my 2 boys each taking one of my hands. Once they took hold of my hands, I squeezed back. The doctor's eyes got huge, I said, recounting what I had been told about that night. I couldn't believe it. All of a sudden, I had some brain activity. Meanwhile, I was watching angels. I stood in the white room as a woman, who I believe was an angel, walked in the room, smiled at me and left. Each time she returned, she would get closer. Once she was close enough to touch, she spoke to me. "Would you come with me?" she asked. I instinctively followed her through the doorway she had been entering through. I awoke to hear IC's waking, "Wake up." Doctors and nurses were around me, bringing me out of a medically induced coma. Once awake, I looked over to my brother and said I was sorry. "For what?" he asked. "Because I had a heart attack," I said. "How do you know that?" he asked. "God told me," I said. I went about 26 minutes, not consecutively, without brain activity. I have no recollection of the day that I went into cardiac arrest, and I did not wake up until the doctors brought me out of the coma. People have argued with me that I just had a dream or that what I saw was because of the lack of oxygen and the drugs I was given. But I maintain my story, that I was just outside heaven, standing in the waiting room. I and my brother agree that I came back to fulfill a purpose, though I don't know what that purpose might be yet. I don't want to die, but I am at peace about it now, because I know I won't be just stuck somewhere by myself. It won't be just you die, it's over, there's nothing.
What did you think of Mr. Melton's story? What did you think about the tree that spoke to him? I do believe in God's creations of all living things. Trees are living, flowers are living, like the living waters. I can see wherein that would be his way, as in a dove flying high above. Leave comments below on your thoughts of Mr. Melton's story. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as it does help the channel grow. Thanks for stopping by and have a blessed day.